started doing this thing where I would just kind of babysit nanny for really wealthy families for like 4 hours and teach them acting games and like improv and stuff like that. And so I'd done that for a family from Dubai. So I show up to this, it's in West LA, it's this huge, you know those huge skyrise executive suites, very fancy. The elevator opens up and this is beautiful, huge apartment.
I heard about the job in Dubai through an agent. You'll be paid $530 a month. You'll just be taking care of a 2-year-old boy. When I got the job offer, I was excited because that's more than what I am getting with the job that I was doing at that time. So I decided to take it so I can get more money so I can help my family. There's a saying that goes, you know where you're coming from, but you don't know where you're going. So I didn't know what to expect. When I finally arrived at Dubai airport, they took my passport from me. When they took the passport from me, I was a little bit scared, but the driver assured me that they will just put it in the office and they want to use it for some paperwork.
Alice and the 2 other girls quickly found out that the situation was not as they had expected.
I signed a contract that said I will be working for 5 days and I'll have 2 days off. Food will be provided, shelter.
So they basically worked every day around the clock with no breaks really. No days off, no time to leave the house of the family on their own.
She stopped treating me well after a week. I was afraid of her. Because just before that, I had told her that I wanted to go home. I can't work no more. But she told me she's the one that decides who goes home and who stays. She used to threaten us that she knows a lot of people, big people from my country, like in our embassy. She knows almost everybody in that embassy, so even if we go and report, nothing will happen because she knows the people that works there. When she is pregnant or almost having her babies, she normally comes to America to have her babies. And at that time, after 1 year of working with them, she got pregnant. When I got there at first, the food was there, but when we ran out of the food in our kitchen, it took months before she restocked our food.
To take that basic, something as basic as food away from a human being when you have so much your own. I mean, this family was so wealthy, living the high life, and not to feed someone who was taking care of your own children just seemed not only criminal to me, but I don't even have words for that.
At one point while Alice was working for the family, she was at a movie theater in Los Angeles with the family, and she was sent outside the theater with one of the children and another nanny that had been working for the family as well.
The nanny was asking me a lot of questions like, how is the family, how are they treating you, and a lot of other questions. At first I was scared. I didn't know, maybe they sent her.
I was like, are they treating you well? Because you're great with the kids. And she just, yeah. I was like, are they paying you well? Because they've got more money than God. Like, they better be taking care of you.
After some time, I trusted her just a little.
Alice turns to me and she's like, help me. They're keeping me prisoner against my will. They stopped paying me. They've confiscated my stuff. I haven't talked to my family. She starts telling me she has 2 elderly parents back in Kenya, and an adopted daughter who, she was a nurse at a hospital, the mother died of AIDS, and she took the baby. And she took this job to nanny so she could send them back money. And she hasn't spoken to them. They haven't been, like, they haven't seen it. She has no idea how they're surviving. She's like, they beat the workers here.
And all she told me was, I will help you. She gave me her phone number and $90. I didn't have money at that time. And she told me when I'm ready, I should call her and she will come pick me up.
So I got downstairs, I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, this just happened. I'm still here, she's still in the building. I don't know what to do. And she was working with her collaborator, a Jesuit priest, who had the number for CAST. So they gave me the number for CAST, and I called. I was like, you have to promise me you'll get her out tonight if I give you this address. And at this time, it's dark. It's now into the evening, and she's managed to put the kids down, find all her stuff, her passport, and she's taken a phone into the closet. She doesn't have a cell phone, so she's hiding in a closet and she's whispering. And so we're getting ready to go, and we get the call. The next call was she was in the back of an FBI van, and they'd come and they didn't one better than just getting her out, which is all we would have done. Is I guess they busted in and they said, you're coming with me, and they looked around, they were like, does anyone else want to come? And I guess 2 other people left with her.
When I was getting out of the house and the children were crying, she told me, it's okay, Alice, I will still get you. On the first day when I arrived at the shelter, I was still a little bit scared because of the last word that she told me, but I still felt a little bit better. Living at the shelter was great. I met new friends.
She was able to sort of be in this space where she felt, hopefully at that point, psychologically safe and physically safe, and able to sort of take a breath.
After a year and a half of living at the shelter, I got a T visa and a work permit that enabled me to find a job. And every day when I'm going to work, to and from work, I have to pass Westwood, and that's where we used to live with my traffickers. So and all the time I got to Westwood, I will have some flashbacks of what happened.
She stood up and went to DC and advocate for other survivors. I think that's amazing.
She met Ambassador Lou DeBaca and was presented with this special memento from him to kind of show her leadership. And what she said is, I just wish every survivor could be here in my place.
Now that she's married, she has a daughter, and I could see when she smiled like, you could see in her something, a spark in her eyes.
What I hope for my daughter is for her to have a better life, a good life, not to go through what I went through. But CAST made a difference in my life, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be who I am today, because they helped me in every step of the way.
By investing in CAST, you are investing in resilience. You're investing in the resilience of survivors of human trafficking who have proven to be able to get back on their feet again and get a good job and support themselves and actually give back to the community.
I've chosen to work with other survivors to raise awareness on trafficking and slavery, so we can let the world or other people know that modern slavery still exists, and try to reduce, if not eliminate, these activities.
I think freedom to me, it's so hard to explain in a single word, but freedom means everything.
Freedom is living without fear.